job, buddy. P1 right there.
And what is going on, everyone, and welcome to another race here in the No Toad Racing League Gen 4 series. You remember last week we had one hell of a finish. Johnny Brugg beating on Benjamin Nelson. I believe it was 2 100ths of a second last week at Auto Club. This week we go to Chicagoland. Almost the same style of racing. The track's pretty flat, 1.5 miles, curved backstretch. A lot of action going to happen here tonight as these guys get ready for some qualifying here in a bit. You see there on the side, Martin was the fastest in practice. So let's see who can get that pole position. Wait for these guys to come out on track, and hopefully we don't have a whoopsie and people advance the session here tonight. See Alex Chase coming out. Martin is coming out now. It's actually right on board with Mr. Martin. He gets his qualifying laps done. I was about to say, someone just do it again. So you can get just an idea on how loose that car is. He's blinking in and out. Going through the corners, you really hear him in and out of the gas. So let's go ahead and ride along with someone else. Goes along with Benjamin Nelson as he completes the first lap. Currently on that pole to 30.01. And let's see what he does for a second lap. Rich Nelson come off of 4. Cress. Bear getting the pole, but Nelson taking it back at 29.82. We got some other people currently still out there qualifying. Let's go ahead and watch. I think Comstar just got done with the second lap. He did. What about the 277? He is done. Let's go watch the 24 here. He hasn't put a lap in yet, Mr. Jestrop. So let's go ahead and watch last week's winner, Johnny Brugg, as he gets his lap done. Now watching 69 of Josh Kroner put his first lap in. And going back to Johnny Brugg. Johnny Brugg's actually on a little bit of a hot streak right now. He won the race in this series last week at Auto Club, and he actually did win last night in the Cup Series at North Wilkesboro. Joshua Corner unable to get that second lap faster. He's going to settle for P14. Currently looking like we are going to have 21 or 22 drivers here tonight. 17 have qualified. 5 have yet to qualify. Jimmy Emos, John Creedler, Mark Herzog, Roy Hyde, and Mitchell Williams yet to qualify. But before we go to the starting lineup, let's go ahead and take a look at these guys' track conditions that we're going to be dealing with here tonight. Realistic weather settings, you see right there, 68 degrees outside. Track temperatures, the same 68 degrees, a mile and a half. What makes Chicagoland pretty unique is that backstretch is not straight. It's actually curved in a little bit, or curved out a little bit, I mean. So if you're not careful, you can hit the wall a couple times going down the backstretch. And we might see some people going below the apron. Take a quick look at our starting lineup here. Benjamin Nelson doing what he does best, getting that pole position. It was a 29.82. Outside pole will be Chad Barron at 91. Chad Barron been running good this season. Kendall Kerr's going to start P3. P4 is going to be Brandon Kress. On to row 3, Jaden Constark's going to ride at your top 5. Alex Chase on the outside. Row 4, you'll have Johnny Brugg, last week's winner, and Grant Fisher. Row 5, Robert Ghost and Tyler Lem. Row 6, Craig Martin and Jess Traub. Row 7, TJ Warren and Josh Corner. Row 8, you have Nick Socha, I believe that's how you say it, and Michael Nash. Row 9, Mike Rentz and Roy Hyde. There we go. Row 10, John Creedler, Mark Herzog. And to round out the field in row 11, you'll have Mitchell Williams and Jimmy Emos. Mr. Benjamin Nelson will lead us to the green here tonight. As we wait for everyone to grid up and get this race going. A 100 lap scheduled here tonight. Not sure what the field window is. I can imagine field window. I think we're probably looking about 35 laps or so. But those of you watching chat, I know we haven't started yet, but go ahead and shout out to people who you want to keep an eye out on here tonight. I know, of course, we are going to be watching at 125. Benjamin Nelson always has a strong performance when he's out there running. Johnny Brugg on a current hot streak. As far as the next gen series and the ARCA series, Brugg has won the 3 out of the last 4. I'm another guy keeping an eye on that 91 of Chad Barry. He's been running pretty well as of late. Kendall Kerr had a pretty strong run last week. And I can't remember who P3 was last week. Help me out here, guys. I think it was Tyler. No, it wasn't Tyler Lem. I think it was Alex Chase was P3 last week. As far as points go, I believe 88. Mr. Jaden Constark. Point standings I'm going to start displaying either next week or the week after. But Benjamin Nelson going to lead us to green here. 100 laps of racing here at Chicagoland. Green. Green flag flies. A pretty even start there with the 125 and 91. Already they're looking 3 wide. The 88 of Jane Constark was looking low in the 21, and Kendall Kerr couldn't quite get there. In the meantime, Chad Barron in the outside lane makes it work. He's going to take over the lead, rolling down the backstretch going into turn 3. Rolling through 3 and 4. Early on, Bear with that high line. Nelson running the low line. Kendall Kerr looking to the outside of Nelson. as we head on to lap 2. And something interesting I'm seeing is, out of really the top 7, Chad Bear's the only one running highs. Here comes Johnny Brugg on the low side of JD Consterk. Jade's going to have that runoff, and he's a really good runoff here. 3 wide, they go through the tri-oval, a little bit door bank between 29 and 88. '29 of Brad Crest, definitely the biggest loser in that shakeup, as JD Consterk moving up 2 spots already, up into that 4th position. Now looking at the outside of Kendall Kerr. And that run he's going to get here, going to be dead even with Benjamin Nelson going down the front stretch. And here comes Johnny Brugg, last week's winner. In the meantime, Chad Bear, he's built up a good 8-10 second lead. JD Consterk into second. Here comes Brugg looking to take over that second position from Benjamin Nelson. Those two are battling side by side. I think I saw Alex Chase. No, it was Tyler Lem I was seeing in a battle with someone. As a matter of fact, here comes Tyler Lem on the outside of Alex Chase. Again, wants to still trying to find their footing where they want to run. Johnny Brugg got around the 125 of Benjamin Nelson. Lem looking to the outside of Alex Chase. That is for 6. As Tyler Lem running that Larson line all the way up to the top, and he's able to get around the 54. And here comes the 822 of Craig Martin. A really interesting paint scheme. Going back to your leader, been watching that timing on the left-hand side of the screen. Consterk has knocked that down to a 3-1 here early on lap 7. Now down to a 1-4. Consterk with a really good drive off there off of 4, looking to the lead here on lap 8. Excuse me. Consterk's thought about looking low, chose otherwise, and going off looking at Consterk's scheme. I actually got to see that car last night in person. Not the 88, of course, but the 8. They had it on display out there at Wilkesboro. And Johnny Brugg's closed his gap well, and one thing that surprised me here early on is Nelson's starting to fall back a little bit here. But Nelson also knows how to take care of his stuff, so this could be part of the strategy of Benjamin Nelson. Take care of his stuff here a little bit and have a good long run speed, but we're starting to see him fall back just almost outside the top 5 as Tyler Lem's able to get around for P4. Going back to the leaders though, Johnny Brugg looking to the inside of the 88. Someone on YouTube saying go Consterk, and he's moving, starting to lose a little bit of ground though to the Chad Bears. Johnny Brugg's trying to make himself known, and while all the battling going on, that's allowing his 26 of Tyler Lem to really catch up. Gap now down to under a second to the leader for that 26 machine. That's one thing I gotta say about these Noto guys. Excuse me. Oh, Lem getting into the wall there. He's gonna slow him down and he loses a couple spots. In the meantime, look at the relative. Brugg able to get around Construct, now looking to try to pass up the 91 at Chad Bear. Well, trying to say before Lem got into the wall there is these Noto guys, man, do they race hard, but they race clean. See Johnny Brugg getting really aggressive with that side draft going down the front stretch into turn 1 here in lap 13. Brugg can be able to clear him, but I believe Chad should have to drive off. No, Chad was a really bad corner exit there. It's going to allow Johnny Brugg to assume the lead and more than likely start pulling away. Well, as I say that, Chad Bear sends it in deep into turn 3. Construct now looking to get around the 91. Construct looking to the inside. Oh, almost contact there. Having to check up a little bit. The void spinning out the 91. These guys know these ARCA cards. And one thing you cannot do, you cannot make contact on that back end with your front bumper. It will spin them out. Construct now looking to the outside, trying to get it done. He's going to be there. 91 trying to self-clear. I think Construct has to be careful with how deep he is sending it into these corners. He's going to wear that tire out. Oh, look at him getting this little sideways off the corner exit. Move Construct back into P2, but behind a new face in the lead, it's going to be Johnny Brugg. The 1 in P1. I like that. I like a ring to it. The 1 in P1. Looking through the field, Benjamin Nelson looks like he has some company back here for P5. A lot of company, actually. Kendall Kerr, Craig Martin all around him. And just behind him, you have Tyler Lem and Alex Chase going at it. That's where the battle for P7. We go back to this. Kendall Kerr is going to put 3 wide. Craig Martin into the wall through 1 and 2. He's going to lose a couple spots. Going to fall from about 4th or 5th all the way down to 8th. And he's going to collect it together and regroup and go at it again. But Kendall Kerr making his way up into P3. Yeah, Wow was right. These guys put on a show week in and week out here on lap 18. And you got to start wondering fuel strategy. Is it a 2-stop or 3-stop race for these guys? If you're looking at a 3-stop race, you know, we might start seeing people come in, you know, about 7 or 8 laps and cut this race into 3s. But for the 2-stop race, you will probably see people about lap 30 to 33. Johnny Brugg kind of on a breakaway on his own. As now you got a 3-way battle for second. As what happened to Construct? I must have missed something with Jaden, because he was up there in P2. Well, we got a green flag run. Let me go see if I can't see when Jaden starts falling back in position from P2. Okay, here's where Chad Bear passes Jaden. Let's see if we can't see anything happen here with the 88 machine. Oh, wow! Yeah, that's going to cost him some spots. We got a long green flag run. Let's go back, rewind this. Hop on board here at the 88. Just look how fast this gets away from him. Wow. Now, luckily, you think for Jaden, as we're going to go back live real quick. We're going to go to the 88. We're going to take a quick look at his car. I mean, he's a little beat up, but surprisingly, let's ride on board here. Oh, it ain't going to help here too much. Oh, he is fighting it. – Jaden is just fighting. I think anyone's praying for a caution is Jaden. Oh, come on, Jaden. Yeah, Jaden Constantine, he is struggling from that contact. Oh, and here goes Michael Nash looking low, and this is the battle for 8th right here. Jaden trying to hold him off, but man. Got a big group of cars back here. Consler, Fisher, Nash, Kress, Traub, Hyde. I think the last guy in this group of cars, and all these guys, you can throw them under a blanket. And to be honest, they're really all getting held up by the 88 machine. They were there for a bit until he's able to start pulling away. While you're back here watching this, still watching, man, this is action-packed back here. Going back towards the front, you got a new top 3 as Chad Bear has broken outside the top 3 for the first time tonight, sitting in there in P4. Oh, contact between 60 and 88. Jaden trying to hold him off. Now we got Nelson back into P2. Nelson starting to chase down Johnny, but I'm enjoying this back here between these guys. These guys are going at it. This is just inside the top 10. You see the 29 there. That is P11 of Brad Kress. Jaden. Oh, Jaden! I gotta give Jaden props. So watching him wheel this car it's impressive. He has gotten that thing sideways so many times that he is still going straight. The only real battle we got back here, I think we got Kevin Nash. My God, it's not Kevin, it's Michael. Michael Nash. I thought he was up here with Fisher. No, Fisher is battling it out with was battling out with Kress. Alright, so back to the lead. We're done watching that battle for a bit. As Nelson's starting to chase down Mr. Brugg here. Take a look at some last lap times. Nelson about a tenth quicker than last time by. They cross the start finish line this time by. Brugg crosses a 31.82. Nelson, I believe it was a 31.63. So 2/10 made up that last time by Benjamin Nelson. Oh, you got one? There it is. Okay. I hope I have a drone cam. But here we are, approaching lap 30. Yet no cautions. These guys have done one hell of a job to keep these cars that are usually really hard to handle going straight. We've had some people with issues as Jaden now dropping outside the top 12 into 13th. Alright, I'm back. I gotta talk to Gary and figure out where he finds all these drivers all the time, because man, these guys have been putting on the show the last 3 races I have broadcasted. Wasn't able to do Wilkesboro because I was there in person, and I'll brag about it a little bit here. Being able to go to a track that I never thought I'd be able to go to, especially after racing on it so many times, made it so much sweeter. And it's crazy because I've raced it so many times. I go there and it looks so different now. All the stuff they put in, the way they redone the track, it looks so different now. The pit wall isn't out of turn 4 now. It's all the way at the start of turn 3. It looks so much different. The backstretch isn't all grass anymore. But we're getting to that point to where if it's a 2-stop race, which I figured it would be, there's no way in heck you're making this a 1-stop. Absolutely no way. Oh, yellow is out. Well, see if I see anyone slow on track. See, the 88 is slow. Let's go back and see if I can't see what happened there with the 88 of Jaden. See if we see something here. As that must have been a manually thrown caution. As it was not. It was an iRacing thrown caution. So... no, because the yellow's out right there. Huh. Well, let's go to... see if that works. Tells me a previous crash. Yeah, so unlike the issues we've been having the last few weeks, I'm unable to see it because nothing's popping up anyone wrecked. Huh. But pit lane is a busy, busy place as everyone starts coming down. But imagine everyone's getting those 4 fresh Goodyear tires, and see who's able to win this race off of pit lane. One guy after that caution to 88. Let's see if he uses that fast pair. He does. I saw that right side pop out. Construct down a fast pair. Bruggs off. Nelson. I think Nelson got him. Yeah, Benjamin Nelson was able to beat Johnny Brugg off pit lane there. Well, we got pit lane complete. If Jaden's in a chat room, we'll pull Jaden down. He is in a chat room. Let's go ahead and drag Mr. Construct down here. What is going on, Jaden? I think the booth got a copy.
What's up?
Hey man, pulled you down here. You're the only person that has someone rooting for you right now. It's just S on YouTube. Man, talk us through the race and what happened there coming out of 4. I think around lap 20-ish.
The car just kind of twitched a little bit, and I just very, very slightly overcorrected, and that's what sent me into the wall. I was trying to figure out what happened, but I think it's just a skill issue.
Yeah, and then I was going on board with you afterwards, and I was seeing you saw out that wheel and fighting it. Was that just because of the damage, or is that how hard these cars are to handle when the tires get older?
That's just the damage. My front tires were so misaligned. So I'm good now. I should be able to make a comeback now, so I just gotta hope I don't mess up again.
Yeah, about to ask you, man. You got that fast pair used, got a fresh car here, and got a little bit of time to mentally reset. So good luck getting back to the front. I'd love to see you in the podium finisher for, I think, the first time since I started broadcasting. So be nice to see you up there in that nice 88 scheme.
Thank you.
All right, take it easy.
You too.
All right. we still got some time to kill. They're on 1 to go. I don't know who to pull down. I think wait for next caution. We'll pull someone down. Those you guys watching in chat, if you guys want to talk to your driver, no. Preferably, let's pick someone outside the top 2. We talk to them a lot. those two get enough interaction. So Brugg and Nelson will leave the field of green. Something we saw time and time again, really time and time again this season in the Gen 4 series. I mean, you look back at Daytona, it was the Brugg-Nelson show. You look back at Auto Club, those two had probably one of the closest finishes I've seen at a non-super speedway track. And you go here tonight, and here they are yet again, the front 2 cars running 1-2. Pace lights are off on the pace car. They are rolling through 3 and 4. We'll go to the good old Barney cam. As you got exit turn 4, pace car pull off. Nelson gonna lead him back to green, and the guy can restart zone 38 of 100, and Nelson gets a great jump there. Benjamin Nelson get a really good jump, unlike the initial start of the race, but Bruggs have contention on the inside, gets a little loose, doesn't get the runoff he wanted. Chad Bear gonna look to take advantage of it, as well as Kendall Kern to 21. Kendall Kern looking to the inside of Bruggs, getting a little loose. Bruggs squeezing him, putting a lot of trust in that 21 machine not to wash up, and here comes the 60 of Michael Nash. Brugg with a really sluggish restart there. Went from 2nd to 5th in 1 lap. Meantime, you got Tyra Lem and Brad Kress find it out. Them getting the advantage of 29 of Brad Kress, sending it in deep. Oh, almost to the back bumper of Johnny Brugg. Lem going to have that momentum. Here goes Kendall Kerr to the inside of Michael Nash. Able to get that pass complete. Meantime, good old SDK is screwing up and saying Nelson's in the pit. That is not the case, because Nelson is right there. Going back to where all the action's at. The Construct making his way back up. Restarted P13 or P12, one of the two. Oh, hard into the outside wall of the 822 of Craig Martin. Look, Jaden Construct to make up another spot here, up to P8. Johnny Bruggs starting to make his way back to the field, looking to the inside of the 60 of Michael Nash. He's going to be able to get that pass complete, and I think it's safe to say the low lines dominate here. I think the high lines where you want to be on a restart, but after that first lap or so, you want to get down low. Actually, as I say that, oh, Nash into the wall almost. I'm saying, just as I say that, looks like Traub had a pretty good run on the outside. Here comes Construct to the inside. Looked like he was going to dive it deep, but he kind of backed off. Johnny Bruggs made his way back up into P3. Oh, big check by Nash. That's going to check with 29, and here comes the 88 of Construct with a run on the outside. Into the outside wall he goes. Not as bad, just a couple of scrapes. And Construct is driving like a man on a mission, trying to get back up to the front. Oh, that's a close. I thought they were about to spin. Oh, Fisher going off track. What happened here is Grant Fisher. I'm almost scared to go back and watch. It's like there's gonna be a caution. Let's go see what happened to Grant here in the 12. Oh, he hit the outside wall. That's a really good job of locking it down and staying off the inside wall. Minimal damage, and that's what I was worried about. As I went to that, caution comes out. Jimmy Emos have some issues. I think this is what caused the caution. It is. Fortunately, it was not. Yeah, actually, it was right in front of Lear. Toe, 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 toe! Oh my lord! I gotta hold on again. There was a car I want to look at. I was running up here. The 80 of Concert, I think, had a holy cow moment right here. And this would have sucked if he made contact. Let's right on board here as Concert. Yeah, you can't even see him really. No, you can't even see him. And there he is. So Jaden Concert might be having to change his pants after that, because that was close. Under caution for this, only the second time here tonight. Lap 45 of 100. Solo spin coming out of pit lane. See if we can't find someone else to pull down here and talk to. Let's pull down the Rocket. I was trying to avoid talking to the Rocket. Let's pull him down. Rocket Man, Isaac in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you. Can you hear me?
Hey man, you've been on fire as of late. I saw you won last night at North Wilkesboro. I got a question for you. Been watching this restart. They seem a little sluggish on new tires. Is that kind of your weakness here tonight?
I mean, maybe it might also be my strength because I felt like my tire wear wasn't that bad. Ben was definitely catching me, and he did have a higher tire percentage when we pit. But I'm trying to, take it a little conservative and treat the tires well on the restarts. And these guys are just going 100%. So if they want to do that and get around me, I'm not too worried about it. But I definitely would like to pop off a little faster than what I did last time.
No, last week we raced at, oh god, what was the Auto Michigan, whichever one it was.
Yep.
And we're here at Chicagoland. It doesn't seem like the banking is too much different. So is it more difficult or a little bit easier to drive these cars here than it was last week?
You can get in the gas, I think earlier here, and you can get in the full throttle a little earlier here. Not that you may want to, might want to, like I said, take it a little easy at first and save your tires a bit. More so here than it seemed last week. Last week, I mean, tire wear wasn't a huge factor. So, but yeah, it feels like you can get in the gas a little easier here than last week.
Now, the one thing I'm not seeing this week I saw last week is it seems like everyone's running the bottom. Is that just the preferred line here? Do you lose too much time up top, or does it just eat up the tires too much up there?
I think a lot of us don't know which lane is better to eat for tire wear. I think the high lane is a good lane to pass and maybe defend. But the low lane to treat your tires is normally the way to go. So I think that's where most people are staying for now. But I do think the high lane and even the middle lane, really all over, it is multi-groove tonight. It definitely feels. You can kind of pick and choose which lanes you want to run.
Gotcha. One last question so I know. What is the fuel window here?
I think we were going to go about 40 laps because I think we had like about 10 in the tank. At least iRacing was saying 10 in the tank when that first caution came out. I don't remember exactly what lap it came out on, but about 40-ish laps. So we're definitely going to have to pit again, I believe. Yeah. But after that, depending on when we pit, we should be good.
Gotcha. And I don't know if you know what caused that first caution. I didn't see anything pop on my SDK and someone spinning out, I reckon.
I didn't see it, and I didn't hear anybody come over and take fault for it over the Discord or in the iRacing chat. So I'll have to go back and look at it too.
Yeah, because I'm kind of curious. But all right, man. Good luck this rest of this race, and you and Nelson have been putting on a show. As a broadcaster, I kind of want to see someone to come up there and steal one from one of y'all. But good luck.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, these guys are battling tonight. I mean, we have been all under a blanket as top 5 here on the restart. So this car is just so fun to drive and puts on a show. So, all right, good luck in the booth. Thank you.
So there's some little bit of race info from Mr. Brugg on how these cars are handling compared to last week, what lines to run, and him and Nelson going to be leading the field back to green yet again. Brugg probably looking for a better restart here. We might see him fall back a little like we did last time. Fell back 3 spots within that first lap. Pace car should pull off as they come out of turn 4. Nelson going to lead him back to green here in lap 49 of 100. And Nelson gets a really good jump there, and Brugg was able to kind of stick with him there that time. And here comes the 88 of Jaden Constark making his way back to the front after that mistake he had earlier. What a great rebound he has had. Restarted around 13th on 30, I think it was 32 last time we went by green. And he's made his way back up into P4, but now he has Jess Traub looking to his inside, going through the tri-oval. In the meantime, you got Kendall Kerr looking to put some pressure on that one machine of Johnny Brugg, as when they come across the start-finish line this time by, they'll be halfway in the race. Kendall Kerr going to be looking to the outside and look for the runoff and corner exit. Brugg was saying that's where you want to go to pass, and he gets a great runoff there. As Alex Chase having some issues, and he entered pit lane. Here comes Kendall Kerr like a rocket ship on that outside line, able to get around Johnny Brugg and pull even with Nelson going that backstretch. And he's going to take over the lead as they go through 3 and 4. Kendall Kerr leading the first laps here tonight if Brugg's looking to the inside of Nelson. And there's the 88 yet again. Back up into the top 5. Nelson gets a good run off and corner exit. They're going to pull almost even going down the backstretch. Brugg sent in a little deep. Nelson looking for a crossover. Might have misjudged it. Had to slow up there a little bit. It's going to cost him a little bit of time. And here comes Michael Nash to the inside of Jeff Straub. Michael Nash doesn't necessarily have the fastest speed every race, but he has the consistency, and he knows how to save his tires and be there at the end for top 5, even a top 3 finish. One of the reasons he won the championship last season in the Cup Series, and one of the reasons he's the current championship leader in the Cup Series this season. But everyone's kind of single-filed it out. Looking for some more battles on track. We may have one back here with the 57. As I say that, someone got in the wall by Chad Bear. That's going to be Tyler Lem. And these 3 guys are going to be battling it out for the 7th position. Chad Bear falling back a little bit, was leading the race, was right in the top 3 for a good amount of time, and kind of falling back into the clutches of getting pushed outside of the top 10. Bear still looking to get around Lem, going down the backstretch. Lem right in the outside lane. We got to get Lem a paint scheme. He might have a pro paint scheme, but I don't use it in this league because some people don't have their pro numbers lined up with their actual league numbers. So we'll have to get him a paint scheme. If Nelson's starting to fall back, while I was watching this, Brugg takes over the lead, and they're 3 wide. Going through 1 and 2, Concert to the inside, gonna make it work. But here comes Jess Traub with a run on the outside. And when we can, we'll go back and watch that pass for P1. Oh, Traub into the outside wall. And Traub getting tight, washing up into the outside wall yet again almost. That's all going on. Let's go ahead and go back and watch this pass for the lead. Looks like this was rolling through 1 and 2. Johnny Broke that outside run, able to make a stick going down the backstretch. Oh wow, and Johnny, you can tell Johnny Broke got really tight there in corner entry. Almost went up there and pancaked the wall. Almost hit it again. He made it work. Get back to the live shots. Top 5, Brugg, Concert, Chop, Kurt, and Nelson. Really the top 6 all within a second. Last car in the top 6 is the 60 of Michael Nash. Top 3, let's go. Yeah, but I bet you want to see the 88 in victory lane. Concert starting to fall back actually a little bit here. Nelson looking to his inside, squeezing him tight, rolling through 3 and 4. They're going to bang doors on corner exit. And here goes Kendall Curdy inside of Jess Traub. All this battling and jousting for position is allowing that number 1 machine of Johnny Brugg to be able to pull away. As you have 2 different battles going on right now. You have the battle for 2nd and the battle for 4th. Nelson finally able to complete the pass on Concert. As I say that, Concert can look for the crossover. Can't quite get it done. Got loose in corner exit. And now Nelson going to set his sights on the 24 and 21. Concert going to put it 3 wide, rolling through 1 and 2. 3 wide and corner exit. Man, what a battle this is. Concert overshooting that corner a little bit, having to back out of the throttle. Oh, contact between 60 and 88. Nash down to the inside. You see how they're still going at it. Oh, chest chop. Ooh. I thought he was going to snap off that wall and couldn't make contact with the 88. Here goes Benjamin Nelson looking for the pass on the 21 of Kendall Kerr. Kendall Kerr having a really sharp run here tonight. You heard Brugg say it, about 40 laps.
Caution, yellow flag.
Is a pit window, and I was about to say, pulled the pit chart, but oh, this started before that. This is Mark Hedges. Oh, this gets into the wall, comes off the wall across the nose of Tyler Lim, and oh my God! Holy cow! No way! That just happened! Yo! Oh, I want to get a different camera angle of this. He just went airborne off the 713. Oh my God! Wow! Oh, let's ride on board here with 57 through this whole crazy ordeal right here. This was insane. There's cockpit. This gets tight, gets loose. Across the nose of the 26, and he's still in the gas. He's out of the gas now. Oh. What's that phrase from Ricky Bobby? Yep. I'm flying through the air. Wow. So one more onboard I want to get a look at before we go back green. Let's take a look at what happened here to the 713 of Mike Rentz. Let's get an idea what he saw. Oh yeah, he just, wow. Johnny Brooks gonna assume the lead from pit lane. As I think Herzog, he's in a chat room. Let's pull him down. Well, we got Mark Herzog in the infield care center. Mark, talk us through that. What happened there? Mark, you got a copy? I think Mark's still getting checked out because that was insane. Absolutely insane. Someone's gonna have to get a picture of that, put that in Discord, because wow. That dude almost cleared the catch fence into the grandstands. Well, if anyone ever needs a reason why they don't do 900 horsepower no more in these cars, there's a prime example of why. So everyone should be good on fuel from here. If we take a quick look at the stint lengths, as everyone did pit that time by. As far as tire goes, I think Chad Bear might be down an extra set that the rest of the top 8 don't have, as everyone else only pitted twice. So keep an eye on that, as Chad Bear might be down a set of tires. Let's actually take a look on how many sets of tires they had. They had 4. So Chad Bear may be down to just 1. Let's see if I think Herzog left. He did. He dropped due to okay. We'll get a medical update on Mark here in a bit, because we gotta make sure he's okay after that wreck. That was a definitely a thank God this is a simulator moment right there. And you kind of got to give props to Mark there too, because he knew he was going for a ride in the grass, and he was trying to do everything he could to keep it going. And he was I think he was trying to prevent a caution from happening. I think he was just trying to stay in the gas and get it to whip back around, but it went back up on track, and up in the air he went. The pace car pulls off. Johnny Brugg this time by William McGreen, and Johnny Brugg gets a great start over the whole entire field. Kendall Kerr going to try to make something work to the inside of Nelson. Nelson going to shut the door on him. Kerr having to check up a little. One thing that I love about broadcasting this league is there is a lot of give here. Especially here in these cars, people tend to give a little bit more than we used to see in the next gens, because you kind of have to. Here comes Nelson battling for the lead on Johnny Brugg. Jaden Constar looking to make his way back into the top 4, looking to the inside of Chad Bear. And how about this? 99 late in the race, up 12 spots from where he started. He's trying to crack his way up in the top 5 for the first time here tonight in a really kind of plain but cool looking paint scheme with that lime green number and a lime green line going through it. Nelson did get the lead from Brugg. Ash trying to look to the inside of the 88. The Cons are going to shut the door on him. And you can definitely tell there's a lot of give. You see Concert check up their Romsey center turn. That's going to open the door for Michael Nash to go down the back stretch, try to get the pass complete, going into turn 3 and 4. Nash unable to get that pass complete. As we go back to the battle for the lead between these three drivers who've been really the front runners all night long. Kerr, Brugg, Nelson, as Brugg gets a really good drive off. They're off of turn 2. Come across the line this time by 29 to go. As this could be another classic between the 1 and 125. They've already had one this season. Oh, almost contacted between Ken McCurr and Johnny Brugg. Ken McCurr doing a really good job checking up to stay on the back end of Brugg, as he had a way different braking point than Brugg did. There's 3 wide and corner exit back there with Jaden Consturk, Michael Nash, and Tyler Lem. Consturk making that middle line work. 99 drifting up a little bit. Gonna cost the 80 a little bit of time, and now there's still 3 wide going down the back stretch. Oh, Michael Nash getting a little loose there. 99 doing a great job staying on the back of him. Back to the lead. Johnny Brugg was able to take over the lead definitively over Benjamin Nelson. And Nelson here with 27 to go, coming to 26, and have to chase down that one and get around him. As one of the things kind of hurting Nelson here is he is really strong when it comes to green flag pit stops, and they won't have that here tonight. One of the first races since I started broadcasting, guys, they don't have green flag pit stops. So, different territory for me, as I'm used to calling out green flag pit stops for these guys. And it's going to be different territory for Nelson, really. While they got the single file out, we do got some side-by-side action back here with the 91 and 88. These two have been going at it for quite some time here tonight. Chad Bear and Jaden Consturk have had some really good battles throughout the night, and 25 to go, and they're still battling it out for P4. Looks like Consturk finally able to get around that 91. And Tyler Lamb, he's making some noise running in P6 right now. If we go back to the lead, that gap between Nelson and Brugg just under a tenth. That top 4, all 4 of them under 3/10. Whoever thought you'd take a 900 horsepower Gen 4 car here to Chicagoland, top 6 would be under a second of a gap here on lap, whatever lap we're on, 23 to go. I believe it would be lap 78. My math is off, probably. Oh, Tyler Lamb, I just saw him get into the outside wall there coming out of 4. I'm gonna have to get with Gary and have him get me a stat sheet going on who all has won in No Toad and the Gen 4 and Cup Series. I mean, No Toad, they do all sorts of series if you are interested in joining these guys. Of course, you have your Cup Series on Sunday night. Then you have Gen 4, which is tonight, obviously. They also have the 87 and a Super Speedway series and a truck series. So, whichever you like driving. I think the only thing they don't have is the Xfinity. Surprisingly enough, they're one of my favorite stock cars to drive. But these top four starting to pull away a little bit here from the rest of the field. I could say top five, as Michael Nash starting to fall off a little bit there. Going back to the 305 of Roy Hyde. This is a big group of cars we have back here. This is the battle for 7th. Jess Traub leading the way currently. As you see Tyler Lem getting a good run off a corner exit going into turn 3. Ooh, Traub a little bit loose on corner exit. Oh, a little bit of contact there between the 99 and 26. But Roy Hyde kind of quietly having himself a good race here tonight. Been outside the top 10 most of the night. And here with 19 to go, looking to crack his way into the top 7, trying to get around the 24, Jess Traub. Go down through the trial, will Roy Hyde finally able to clear that 24 machine. We go back to the lead. We got those 3 guys under a blanket. Johnny Brooks still leading the way. 18 coming to 17 to go this time by. As we currently got 20 cars on the lead lap. Emo's 17 lap down is not in really contention to be there tonight. So we're just going to show the top 20. Herzog out of the race, unfortunately. As now Jaden trying to get around. Actually, I think Jaden's getting passed by the 91 of Chad Bear. Jaden was running P4 for a bit, and Michael Nash slowly but surely starting to close into this lead pack of cars. We take a look at last time by, Michael Nash about a 10th quicker than the leader. With all these, I can't say all these cautions, but when the cautions flying, when they did, everyone is on the same pit strategy. Everyone just pitted about 20 laps ago or so. 21 laps ago. So everyone on the same pit strategy. So we don't need our pit strategy calculator up today. Michael Nash still slowly but surely closing that gap to the leaders. He's now down to about a second behind him. Keep an eye on that 60 machine, as he could make a late charge here with 15 to go, coming to 14 to go this time by. Kendall Kerr getting around to 125. Kendall Kerr might be looking for a late charge. Here comes the 91 to the inside of Benjamin Nelson. Chad Bear trying to get that pass complete, but that outside line, if you hit it just right, has such a strong drive off, especially on these older tires. And if you're in the 91 to get around 125, you're going to have to dive in deep just like he did there, but not quite deep enough, as still even going down the straightaway. 13 to go this time by. Is now Jaden is under fire from the 60 of Michael Nash. Michael Nash looking to crack himself back into the top 5 here with 13 coming to 12 to go. I think time's starting to run out for that 60 machine to catch up to the leaders. Ooh, that is a tight battle for third. These two have been side by side for like the last 5 laps or so. I think Nelson's finally going to be able to prevail here. But I think with all that battling, how much tires does he have left to possibly chase down the leader, Johnny Brugg? Nash and Constark still going at it for 5th. Constark with some aggressive side drafting, almost contact there going into turn 1. Looks like Nash finally has the advantage Allstar maybe looking for a crossover. No, gets a little loose in corner exit. It's just Trop starting to fall back a little bit. Trop got to have some damage. I just saw him drop like a rock in the standings. Hear that? He got loose out of a corner. And here's another guy we haven't called out yet here tonight. Mitchell Williams. He's looking to crack himself into the top 10 here tonight. 10 to go this time by. Oh, limb hard into the outside wall. I'm going to lose, I think, 2 or 3 spots from it. Looks like just 2 if he had a pretty good cap over that car in 13th at 277 of Goats. But back up here for the battle for 8th as the Creedler gets into the wall. I think the 16 did as well. So here comes Brad Kress looking to the outside of both these guys, looking for a 2-for-1 going into turn 3. And all that's going on, we got action back up here at front. Looks like Kendall Kerr starting to lose a little bit of time as Nelson and Chad Bear have been able to get around him. And we saw a photo finish last week between Nelson and Brugg. And come to 7 to go last time by. Nelson a little quicker than Brugg. We might see another one here. Going back here to Brad Kress. Got a 3 cars right here. Under the blanket of the 29 of Kress, 99 of Creedler, and the 16 of Williams. All looking to gain as many spots they can at the end of the race. So they know every point matters here in the No-Toes series with how they do their point system. Williams getting a little looser on corner exit. Is going to open up the gap. Six to go this time by. That gap for the lead down to a 3-9. 3-8 going down the backstretch. Benjamin Nelson with a really aggressive entry into one, was able to close that gap up to a 2-7. Off the corner exit, 5 to go this time by. Nelson's in striking distance. As Nelson is sending in a lot deeper than Brugg. He is closing a lot of gap on corner entry. And that time by was able to keep that gap out of 1.94 to go this time by. We have another hell of a finish ahead of us. As pending a caution, these two will be going at it again for the win. And if it's anything like last week, if you weren't tuning in for that, be prepared for some slide jobs, some crossovers. And an insane finish as here goes Nelson to the inside of Brugg. Brugg's going to squeeze him tight down there. Well, I thought he was. No, Brugg giving him a little bit more room. 3 to go this time by. And Nelson's there. How much tires does Brugg have left to give? Brugg running that Larson line, getting a really good corner exit here. Nelson stuck to that low line. Brugg with a really good corner exit. Open that gap back up to a 2-1, 2-2 going down the backstretch. I think Brugg's starting to realize the speed that Highline has. He's going to run it and make Nelson get around him the hard way. If they get the cross sticks, 2 to go this time by. And this might get interesting. They are coming up on a lap car. I don't know if they'll catch them, but they just might. The 98 of Jimmy Emos is just in front of the leaders. Brugg doesn't quite get the exit that time. Will allow Nelson to get into this draft going down the backstretch. Nelson going to dive it in deep to the inside. Brugg give him plenty of room to loose these cars and get Bruggs and get that white flag. One to go here at Chicagoland. These guys had a hell of a finish last week. 2/100ths of a second was the gap. Last week at Auto Club, we go to Chicagoland, a 1.5 mile layout basically what Auto Club is with the banking of the corners, and they're at it yet again. Nelson's going to send it in really deep. Oh, he's going to wash up. No, Nelson able to hold it down there. But Brugg is going to be able to get the win this time. Oh, still a really close finish, but not as close as it was last week. Brugg going back to back, and if you want to count last night's win, that makes 3 in a row in the series I broadcast. I don't know where he runs in 87 and stuff like that, but as far as the Monday and Sunday night series goes, Brugg winning 3 in a row as Nelson yet again a part of a really good close finish and coming up a position short 2 weeks in a row. Chad Bear is going to round out your top 3. Jaden Constark makes a great recovery. Now someone's rooting for him in chat. He's going to end up P6. Michael Nash get himself a top 5 finish here tonight. And Kendall Kerr as well, running really good here tonight. Getting finishing in 4th. And as far as your biggest mover to go, that's going to be the 16 of Mitchell Williams, up 12 spots from where he started. So the Rocket Man will be doing his burnouts yet again. As I think Johnny Brugg is the kryptonite from Benjamin Nelson. As someone better teach this man how to do burnouts. Come on, Johnny. We'll wait for some guys to join the podium finishers. Well, while we wait for you guys to get some podium finishers, there we go. Don't forget, next Sunday we will be back live for the Cup Series. They'll be going to Charlotte for 165 laps of racing there. Hopefully the Cup Series will be done by then. I'm hoping. I don't get the privilege of recording stuff. And this series here in the Gen 4, we will be going short track racing for the first time in this series this season, going to Iowa. As I've had the privilege of racing these cars at Iowa, and it's a challenge. Still waiting on a couple people to join that podium finisher. Well, we will start off with our second place finisher, Mr. Benjamin Nelson. What is going on, Ben?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, man, yet again, another week, a different track, close finish at the end there, dude. Talking through that finish of that race, and if there's anything you think you could have done differently there to finish that race.
Yeah, I should have fought a little harder to keep the lead when I got it from him. I didn't think it was gonna be such a battle for me to get back to where I was because I had to fight off Chad and get back around Kendall and everything. That really hurt my tires. I might have had something more for him if I didn't do that, but it's it was still an epic battle. I can't really complain too much about it. I just needed to get in a better position to actually challenge him in a way that would have worked for me. I wasn't gonna hit him or anything, so it's definitely tough to battle like that when you're all over the place with 800 horsepower. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it seems like these close finishes is something I've been accustomed with you. Really over these last couple of weeks, you had Darlington last week, and then you went the next night to Auto Club, and then yet again here tonight. Um, man, but coming up that one spot short again, dude. It seems like these cars are kind of your kryptonite. You struggle a little bit more in these cars than what you do in the next gen.
I think it's not so much that I struggle in the car. It's these races tend to go like 20 laps and then we have a caution. So I'm sort of banking on them not doing that, and I give spots up when I don't need to, and I keep screwing myself over by doing that. So it's hard to play that balance though, because I want to have tires at the end, but the caution keeps coming out. So it's it's a tough thing because if it goes green, I might have the best position, but if it doesn't, like this, I will be at a slight disadvantage. But it's the game you play.
Yeah, and I mentioned that I mentioned one of the things that you're talking about during the broadcast is one of the things you are better at, really than anybody in this league, is green flag pit stops. And I know it's one thing you always bank on because that's where you can make up your most time or gain more time if you're in the lead already. And I don't think we've seen a green flag pit stop in this series. I think we might have saw one last week, but it just came at a bad time. I think a caution came out when you didn't want to last week.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely am decent at them. I attack it pretty hard because I generally know where I can brake and how much grip the car has, where my brake bias is, all that stuff. So I can take advantage of it. I wouldn't say that I'm the best at it, but I can gain some time on the people that are being a little more conservative. We didn't get that tonight though. It'll happen every now and then, and when it does, I can try. But it's the race. Things happen. It would be boring if it was predictable. So yeah.
All right, man. Well, I know we won't see you Sunday. I know you'll be at the actual Coca-Cola 600. So hopefully we'll see you Monday as we go to Iowa in these cars. And I don't know if you've had any thoughts on that race, on how you think that's going to go.
Iowa's not really my best track. I've had success there years back, but it's not in these cars clearly. So um, it's a very bumpy track, and if you barely miss the line once, you are going into the wall almost. So it's tough, but these worn out tracks for these Gen 6 car, not Gen 4 cars, they're great, is what I'm trying to say. The worn out tracks are great for this car, so I'm sure it's no exception.
All right, man. Well, congrats on another podium finish, and hopefully see you up here next week at Iowa.
Yeah, well, before I go, I wanted to say, in general, this is not the first time that we've had this battle between me and Johnny. It's even before you were broadcasting, it was an ongoing thing.
Oh,
We would have
great.
this weekly almost. So it's
I love
cool
it.
It's pretty cool that we can do that, and we really don't wreck each other. So it's a lot of fun. Congrats to him. He did a great job.
Yeah, I got a little worried there going into 3 on the last lap. You sent it in really hard, and he squeezed you too. And I'm like, oh no, they're about to wreck. Like, I thought you guys were about to collect each other there.
I expected it, and I've been here more than a couple races, so I've seen that move before. I wanted to do it, but I did not want to hit him. So I did all I could. That was all I had on the racetrack. Everything was out there.
I was hoping to do my best Dale Jr. impersonation, but you weren't able to send it in that hard. But yet again, congrats on that P2, and well, I'm glad you and Johnny are able to battle it out like this week in and week out, because it's fun up here in the booth broadcasting it.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
All right. Next, we'll bring up our race winner, the Rocket Man, Johnny Brugg, collecting his 3rd win in a row. And I'm only counting the races I broadcast, but your 3rd win in a row here, counting last night at Wilkesboro. And man, what a race that was! As Nelson was chasing you down. It looks like you finally found some speed on that high line there with 2 or 3 to go. If you were able to make it work.
Yeah, I told you that high lane was gonna be the lane to defend and the lane to pass. So I knew that as he called back up to me there at the end. I knew he was gonna do that. I knew there was gonna be a great battle at the end, like we always have. And I went with the high. I gave him the low line, and then I made him honest in the last corner. I was not gonna give him an inch, but I would definitely give him props on that. He stuck it to the bottom. He threw it in there for sure, but he made it stick on the bottom, and he didn't wreck me. And yeah, just another great battle.
Yeah, talk us through that final turn, because from my standpoint, it almost looked like you probably lost more time than you would if you just ran the high line on that last lap in 3 and 4.
I didn't want him to throw a slide job in the last corner because I didn't know if I was going to be able to cross him over because I was getting loose on the exit. So if I had to turn the wheel more, I might have spun out. So I wanted him to know that I was going to be right there next to him and not way up in that high lane. It may have been the wrong call. I mean, overall it got me. I still won. So, but I may have went faster up on the high lane, but I didn't want to risk him throwing it in deep. Like I think he was planning to. Obviously he drove it in there really deep, but I made him, stick it down low and keep it down low, which I think gave me the momentum.
I was telling Benjamin, I was hoping he was going to pull a slide job. Let me do my best Dale Jr. impersonation, because, correct me if I'm wrong, I might be wrong, but this is the track where it was slide job.
Yeah, no,
it was here, was it? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought, yep.
Dale Jr., yep.
With Larson and Bush, yep.
Yep, this is the track, yeah, and that's exactly what I wanted to prevent. I knew he's really good at those slide jobs, so, and like I said, I was getting loose at that point out of the corner. If I had to turn my wheel anymore, I was going to spin it.
All right, man, well, congrats on getting yourself another win here in the ARCA series. That should put you looking pretty good in the point standings as we go to Iowa next week. First short track in these 900 or 800 horsepower Gen 4s. You looking forward to that?
Oh, I love Iowa, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. Hopefully, I can get out of work in time. I did get scheduled on a Monday, which is very rare. So if I have to, I'm probably gonna have to take an EO and take a half a point. But yeah, hopefully I just get out of work early enough to not have to do that.
You got scheduled to go to work on a holiday?
Yeah, casino life, baby. Table games dealer.
Wow, that's like this is like the one holiday I get off at my job. So
yeah, we get scheduled for like every holiday. So
well, congrats on getting yourself another win, dude, and hopefully you're there next week, and so it's not the Benjamin Nelson show, but if not, hopefully it's still a good finish.
Thank you, sir. And yeah, just gonna give a quick shout out to everybody, all the friends and family that tuned in for me. I did see that my buddy Ian tuned in to my stream. I don't know if he made it into the league stream, but he did tune into my stream on Twitch. My dad will watch it back as always. Girlfriend might watch it. And then shout out to all the NTRL admins, the league owner, Gary Sarge, Roy Hyde, my co-admin, and all the drivers who make this what it is. And thank you, of course, for the broadcast.
All right, congratulations.
Thanks, Isaac. Thanks, Isaac.
All right, so that will conclude tonight's broadcast here tonight. Like I said prior, next week, Gen 4, or not Gen 4, it's next gen, their Cup Series, Sunday night, we'll be going live at Charlotte for 165 laps there. I think it'll be the longest race of the year. And then next Monday, we'll be back live here on Memorial Day, as these guys will go racing at Iowa for 140 laps. Tune in for that. That should be a really good show. It'll be the first time I get to broadcast these Gen 4s on a short track, and looking forward to it.